So tell me something, like, you ever been like waiting on a flight, and you actually was just too lazy to go buy a ticket, so you say, you know what, I'ma just be on standby. Let me see if I could try get on this flight. Somebody ain't gonna show up, so I'm gonna be here for whenever they're ready. Or what about if you work in one of those professions, and I wouldn't even necessarily call it standby, but I would say it's more so of being like on call, and it's like you just got to be ready at any given point. I literally discovered that the Holy Spirit is also one considered as a standby. And the reason why I say that is because, well, John 14:26, Amplified Version. First of all, standby is one of the Holy Spirit characteristics. And when I was doing a research on it, right, to be like, how can God really be a standby for us? He literally sits there on the side waiting for us to call him so that he could come through in the clutch. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about the story of Elijah, right? The prophet Elijah, when he was going against the 400 prophets of Baal, and he told them to dig the trenches. Dig the trenches, man. Pour some water in the trench. Pour water all over the place. And we're going to call on our God to see who is going to actually come and consume all the water and all of that is in this trench. So he said, I can let y'all go first. It's 400 of y'all, just to me one. I can let y'all go first. So they calling, they cutting up they self, bleeding idiot, right? Just to say that they calling on their God. No response. See Elijah making fun. Say, man, he might be sleeping. Man, he might not be hearing y'all. Y'all got to scream louder. He can't hear y'all. So whatever God y'all praying to, he can't hear y'all. Here comes hours gone by. Still nothing. Elijah said, okay, I had enough of that. Elijah said, okay, I had enough of that. Time for me to call on my God. God, the God of heaven, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm going to call on you. Come down. Send your fire from heaven. Consume up this water in the trenches, right? And let them see that you're the real God. Instantly, my boy. Instantly, fire came from heaven, right? And because of it, they were like, "Babe, his God is the real deal." And that was one of the first stories that I read where I could say that Holy Spirit really was a standby. He was waiting. He was waiting because why? When you think about a standby, they waiting for their time to show up and to show out. And he was ready for a showdown. He was ready. Come on, 400 false prophets. Y'all cutting up yourselves? No, let me show y'all who's the real deal. Another instance was, I know you guys might have heard of the disciples being in the boat. Jesus fast asleep, right? So they're like, hold on, dude sleeping, and the boat break, water coming in to the point where the boat's sinking. Like, Jesus, you don't care that we gonna drown, we gonna die? So he wake up and he was like, peace be still. And it's like, who is this man at the, come on, man. The earth conformed to his voice. Literally, the winds, the waves, the sea, everything. Why? Because the second thing is, like the Holy Spirit say, babe, once you call on me, I gonna show up in the middle of an emergency. That's an emergency. You on your way to drown. If that's not an emergency, I don't know what is. So like, when you think about the Holy Spirit, oftentimes we find ourselves in situations and we have him on the sidelines and he just waiting to say, babe, tag me in, tag me in, tag me in. I'm ready to prove to you who I am. I'm ready to prove to everybody around you who I am. But we don't know the authority that we have. We don't know the advantage that we have with him being an actual standby. So, yo, tag him in. I don't care what the situation is. Tag him in. Tag him in as a counselor. Tag him in as someone to intercede on your behalf. Tag him in as someone that can fight for your behalf as an advocate. Tag him in as someone that can give you strength when you are literally weary. Tag him in. Tag the Holy Spirit in. He willing to play tag, but we think it's a game. No, he on the sidelines, waiting to show out and show off, to prove that he got you. Peace.